Hi, my name is Steve Hubbard, President and CEO of Amvsr.com, the letters standing for Automated Multiple Voice Speech Recognition. We have a number of video demonstrations of the technology that we're using to transcribe live off television, off streaming audio or video from a PC, or attending a meeting and getting everyone's voice to be transcribed as their voices are being transmitted into a PC with the technology. So, stand by. So here we have our wall-mounted TV, and from there we have a cable that goes into the back of the wall-mounted TV, RGB cables to plug into the left and right sound ports, and the cable is then attached to a digital recorder to record perfect sound. And this is what you're looking at right now is the up-and-coming CNN broadcast for the start of the Democratic first debate. Now, over here is my iPad, my iMac computer, and it is connected to the recording device that recorded off this TV a program that was of a scientific nature discussing plants and chemical reactions, what have you. So let's start playing that back, shall we?
Components of biomass: cellulose, hemicellulose, and the polymer lignin, which fills the remaining spaces in the plant cell wall. Plants evolved so that these materials would last a long time and be chemically difficult to break down, making the biomass conversion process challenging.
Notice the music in the background.
Amvsr has created a pilot plant to test ways to improve the process of breaking down
we're still getting a conversion
and make the sugar
from sound to
available
text
for fermentation. The first step in the process is pre-treatment.
Nature has really made these materials to be resistant to being broken down. So that's why we have to do some pre-processing to break apart the cellulose and the hemicellulose from the lignin. And that's what happens in the pre-treatment part of the process. We start to use acid as a chemical hydrolysis.
Understand this is not meant to be perfect, really like what a court reporter or a closed caption reporter can do, but it's very close.
Into its individual pieces,
and guess what? It costs nothing to produce this transcript. It's fully automation.
This process releases the sugars in the hemicellulose, but the cellulose remains somewhat intact, leading to the next step in breaking down the cellulosic material.
Once we've pre-treated the biomass, we bring that pre-treated biomass.
Well, I think we've seen enough about this one,
into our fermenter,
and we'll do a couple more.
And this is where we.
And I'm hoping that, based on what you're seeing here, we're going to be able to do the captioning, or at least open captioning, of the live debate tonight.
Once we have
on the 13th of October, 8:30 p.m. on CNN.
And from using the enzymes, we can ferment that mixture of sugars then into fuel ethanol.
Thank you.
Going to require presidential leadership, and as president, I intend to sign as my very first order in office an order that moves us as a nation and dedicates our resources to solving this problem and moving us to a 100% clean electric grid by 2050. We can do it.
Governor O'Malley, thank you very much. Senator Webb, you have a very different view than just about anybody else on the stage, and unlike a lot of Democrats. You're pro-coal, you're pro-offshore drilling, you're pro-Keystone Pipeline. The question is, are you out of step with the Democratic Party?
Well, the question really is, how are we going to solve energy problems here and in the global environment if you really want to address climate change? When I was in the Senate, I was an all-of-the-above energy voter. We introduced legislation to bring in alternate energy as well as nuclear power. I'm a strong proponent of nuclear power. It is safe, it is clean, and really, we are not going to solve climate change simply with the laws here. We've done a good job in this country since 1970. If you look at China and India, they're the greatest polluters in the world. 15 out of the 20 most polluted cities in the world are in one of those two countries. we need to solve this in a global way. It's a global problem, and I have been very strong on doing that. The agreements, the so-called agreements that we have had with China are illusory in terms of the immediate requirements of the Chinese government itself. So let's solve this problem in an international way, and then we really will have a way to address climate change.
Senator Sanders, are you tougher on climate change than